Mando and Grogu, more like Mando and Doo-Doo. Ben fucking Riley. The Russos have a toner. The Batman 2's supposed to be nuts. Jason Statham, cast as Jason Statham, as he kind of always is. All that and more coming up on News Dump.
Can I take my swing at this now?
Yes, go for it.
All right. And scene. Mando and Grogu, more like Mando and Poo Poo. Ben fucking Riley. The Russos have a bow toner. The Batman 2's supposed to get nuts. And Jason Statham casts as Jason Statham. All of that and so much more here on News Dump.
So you went.
Do you want to try again?
You went Michael Keaton on the
I know.
nuts.
I was trying to. The
Tim
wording wasn't
Robinson.
proper for it. I fucked that up. Do you want to try again?
I did. Yeah, I was referencing friendship.
I
was
know
talking
what
about
you
the
were
new Marvel's
doing,
supposed to be nuts.
But in Batman, he says, you want to get nuts. Come on.
Yeah. No,
let's
it's a
get
good
nuts.
take. It's a good take on it.
Do you want to try again?
No, I'm over it.
I think moving forward, we should try our headlines at least 3 or 4 different times.
We'll just keep workshopping.
We can.
it.
You know what? We're going to each do it moving forward.
All right, sounds great.
Our own interpretations. Mac,
Sure.
terrible news. James Van Der Beek has passed away at the age of 48. He had cancer, and he has left behind a family of a wife and 6 children.
Yeah, colorectal cancer. Terrible. He's far too young to die in general, never mind to a disease like that.
Mm-hmm.
That I think when it's caught early enough, it's very beatable. That's a real bummer. He obviously starred in Dawson's Creek. That's where he first made his name, I think. All-time great sexy teen drama. He also ended up becoming like very self-aware and played himself in a couple roles and was hilarious over the last 10 or 15 years. He's been very present. He seems like he's, I don't know. It's a tough one to swallow.
He was also in this weird unlicensed Power Rangers thing on YouTube.
Yes.
That was great.
Yep.
He played himself in
It was him and the woman that plays Bo-Katan in live action. What's her name?
I forget, but he also was in Apartment B, the B in Apartment 23, whatever it is, where he played himself, right?
Yeah, yep.
And then on How I Met Your Mother, he pretty much played himself, correct?
I think so.
But this was kind of like...
Katie Sackhoff.
Oh, that's right, Katie Sackhoff. This is kind of like a couple years ago when the younger people in my newsroom didn't know who Alicia Silverstone was. And I'm like, she was a fucking superstar in the late 90s.
Yeah.
James Van Der Beek, like, I don't think people, because I think that was also a little over their head too, of like, Dawson's Creek was a mega hit in the late 90s, early aughts.
Yeah, and I wonder if he is not as known to the generation behind us because from that show, obviously Katie Holmes and Michelle Williams become stars. Joshua Jackson gets a little bit of run.
Karate
but he
Kid
was
Legacy,
also and he was also known pre-Dawson's Creek.
Mighty Ducks.
So it's interesting that he never – it feels like he didn't get his flowers from the people that are maybe 8 to 10 years younger than us. But Dawson's Creek
Friday
was
Night Lights.
So good.
So good, too.
No, he was not Friday Night Lights.
No, I'm sorry about that. It wasn't Friday Night Lights. It was I Don't Want Your Life.
I Don't Want Your Life.
The movie.
What the fuck?
Varsity Blues,
Varsity
stupid.
Blues.
Come on, you're the James Van Der Beek guy in this podcast. You should be stepping
3
up
minutes
here.
to get there.
Then also, I loved, was it The Rules of Attraction? That was another one. Split into 6 different parts. It was him, Jessica Biel. It was nice.
He's just, he's a quintessential like 90s heartthrob type of fella. 2
cameo comedic roles as well. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. He's hilarious in that with Jason Biggs. And then also he popped up for 1 second in the first Scary Movie at the window being like, wrong set.
Yeah.
And this also led me down a rabbit hole of the primetime lineup. The 1998-99 WB primetime lineup was a fucking banger, a smash.
That fucking dancing frog had it going.
The dancing frog, who then got pushed out of the way by that old man on the bus.
I was gonna say, they both might have had canes, but other than that, they weren't really related.
Well, the frog was more like, let's start the show.
Yeah.
They're both, well, he had a top hat.
Did he have a little monocle too?
Can you dance in a monocle?
That'd be hard because you gotta keep squinted the whole time.
You gotta keep squinting. Let me just run through some of these shows on the WB in the 1998 season. This is Dawson's Creek, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Felicity when she had hair, Seventh Heaven, Charmed. I don't know what happens in any episode of Charmed, but there's like 300 episodes. One time Uncle Phil fell off the Golden Gate Bridge.
In Charmed?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think he was an angel, though.
Okay, all right.
Another time, an old guy turned into a samurai and went down the sink. The Wayans brothers, Sister, Smart Guy, Unhappily Ever After, the Jamie Foxx Show, and the Steve Harvey Show.
Yeah, banger. WB was on the
variety. Look at the variety there. The Frog was putting on a variety show on the WB.
I mean, late 90s WB was the fucking shit.
And we're not even getting into their Saturday morning lineup that included Pokemon. Batman Begins might have been right around this time, too.
Probably Digimon, too.
Digimon.
Monsters,
Digimon was a Fox show. Digimon
champions.
was Fox. They were rivals.
Into digital champions, too. Something
Change the digital
world.
I didn't like how they could evolve and then devolve.
You know what I didn't like about Digimon? I didn't mind that. You had like dinosaurs turning into sexy women. I didn't quite understand it.
I did see someone posted like how Digimon change when they get bigger, and it's like, let's take this dinosaur and put a pair of jeans on it.
Yeah, it was. There's a disconnect there for me with Digimon, but what are you gonna do?
You know what? Digimon were a response to Tamagotchi.
Okay.
Because they thought that Tamagotchi was too girly, and they're like, let's make something for the boys. And Digimon started as the little handheld thing, and then evolved into
let's take dinosaurs and put tits on them.
Come on, Mac. That's Mac's answer to everything, though. How are we going to make dinner better? What if we take the steak and put some tits on it? That's why you're not invited to dinner anymore.
Chicken breast is good.
Yeah. But R.I.P. James Van Der Beek.
Yeah, R.I.P.
News dump. Also, R.I.P. the other Bobby D, Robert Duvall, 95.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest actors of all time, one of the most influential actors of all time. And obviously, he did great dramatic and character work 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And then he found this new life as he was old in the 2000s and started doing stuff like Kicking and Screaming, where he plays Will Ferrell's dad. And he had a lot of little bit roles like that over the last 25 years that were fantastic. Goo, I also think this is an underrated one that I haven't seen anyone bring up at all. He plays like the officer in John Q. He's fucking great as that. He was great at everything.
John Q is kind of underrated, by the way.
John Q is so good.
John Q is great.
So good.
Mm-hmm. Well, so let's move on from death to news dump. Love is in the air. Everywhere you look. Is that the song?
Something. Sure.
Just can't get enough of your love, baby.
Darling,
What'd you do for Valentine's there, lover boy?
Goo, we did a couples massage. You ever do one of these? You ever try one of these? You ever see one of these?
So we did one in the Philippines where they like really dig into your body and tear you apart.
Yep.
But the issue was that my son, who was supposed to be being watched by his grandparents at the time, he was roughly 3 years old. He was banging on the door going, Mom and Daddy, let me in. And we're like, we have another hour. You need to stop. Someone take him.
Yeah, so this was traditionally in the past forms of massages for me, Goo. I usually do the 60-minute, the hour.
Yeah.
We did a 90-minute one. 90 minutes the way to go. 90-minute, you get the full attention for the whole body. What I didn't know, this was unbeknownst to I going into this, place we chose was a Thai massage place.
Ah.
Now, if you're at home wondering what a Thai massage is, it's the one where there's bars on the ceiling and they like do karate on your back.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
where they completely turn you into like a mashed potato.
Oh, yeah. She went to town on me, that's for sure. And it hurt so good, sort of hurt. Maybe I could have had her draw it back a little bit, but once I committed to my level, I had to stick to it. I felt great for the next couple days, and then day 3 I was kind of a little sore, oddly enough. But man, I don't get enough massages. I maybe do like 2 a year. I need to do more massages.
What did you get? What did you get the lady?
I got her. So she's not one to like want to be the center of attention. So I naturally ordered a massive bouquet of flowers to her work. She had to work during the day of Valentine's Day, and then her boss made her take a photo with it, so she was sufficiently embarrassed. Other than that, we just ate and got an expensive massage. Goo!
Yeah.
What did you get for your lady?
I found this hilarious card. There's a squirrel on it, and it says, "To my wife," and it's like, "My life would be nuttin' without you."
Okay. All right. Nice.
I've been laughing about it for a week.
Yeah. Well, sounds like you crushed Valentine's Day.
How did she feel about it? Kind of indifferent.
Sure. Makes sense.
But
makes sense.
The card was really more for me.
Yeah. I mean, you and your wife have been together for 11 years now, 10 years?
Like physically together. What year is it? 2026? Like 11 years. Yeah.
So, at some point, I'm sure Valentine's Day is less meaningful and then becomes more meaningful.
I'd argue that Valentine's Day in general, not meaningful.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's dumb, right?
I push every year being like, this is not a gift holiday.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Yeah.
However, it being my first Valentine's Day with the lady, I you got
you got to ease into it, but just don't set the standards too high.
No, that's why.
You know what I did? I made chicken parm for dinner. I made chicken parm. I sent you a photo of. This is the biggest piece of chicken parm I've ever fucking made. It was the size of, the frying pans that you put on the counter and you plug in?
Yeah.
It was the size of that frying pan.
The chicken breast that you fried must have come off the Victor Wembanyama of chickens, the Shaquille O'Neal of chickens. It was so large, I can't physically picture the chicken.
I needed 2 spatulas to flip it.
Whoa. That seems like I would have gone spatula and fork.
I think I actually did. Okay, so don't pull the curtains back too far. I didn't want to turn the people off with my culinary words.
Well, I don't want to wash a second spatula either,
Just leave it dirty. That was my Valentine's Day.
All right.
Giant piece of chicken.
There you go.
News dump. For Valentine's Day over at the box office this past weekend, people were getting elbow deep in Wuthering Heights, almost $33 million in its opening weekend, 83 worldwide, a 60-80 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I would say for a novel that was written in 1845, I believe, that's a pretty good score because you're always going to have the book people that are going to claim that every movie is ruining their book. I will say for this movie, I have seen it. The horniness of the movie is inconsistent. I want a more consistent horniness, and let's toss in some nudity.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest takeaway from your review to me, you have 2 sexy people, Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, in a sexy romance movie, and there's no nudity. Come on, what are we doing there?
The opening scene, and this doesn't give anything away, but the opening scene was a hanging, where upon the hanging, the dead body has an erect penis. And the people watching the hanging, I feel like that would happen to me, though. The people watching the hanging, started, fingering each other and stuff. And I'm like, is this what I'm in for the next 2 hours? And they really pulled back from that, and it wasn't that horny the next 2 hours.
I don't want to make a blanket statement here, Goop, but this strikes me, and it is being reviewed as such, the classic type of movie where the women that read those sexy books love this movie and no one else does.
Oh, I was in a bookstore yesterday. There is so many romance novels. I spent way too much time in bookstores yesterday.
It's woman porn.
Yeah. It's historical romance. There's romantify. It's romance and fantasy put together. Romanticy.
Romanticy? I went more for Steve Carell and Bruce Almighty.
No, but a lot of people, I feel like the go-to, the bread and butter, and maybe we can write one of these, is they like it set in olden times. They like period pieces, and they like to imagine really off-putting British accents.
And a power struggle. There's a power struggle, and then we're talking missionary. We need just a little bit of taboo in there. And I'm not just talking Black Eyed Peas. But we could put that in the book, that in the background they're usually listening to the Black Eyed Peas, but it's the taboo cuts. Louder! It always turns into an Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know why. Louder.
Also at the box office, Goat made $27 million in its opening weekend. You just wrote Steph Curry. He's the producer, right?
This is. I think he's voice acting in it.
Is he the voice actor too?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
It's about a goat who
well.
joins the intense fury ball. I believe is what it is.
80% from the critics, 93% from the audience. People are liking it. I think it made more money than people expected too. So.
Crime 101, starring Chris Hemsworth and Halle Berry. 28.
And Mark Ruffalo. Good.
Mark Ruffalo too.
People are saying that this movie is way better than it has any business being, and so I think this might end up being like a sneaky one to watch.
Like Good Legs. You didn't have Good Legs?
Yes.
Almost 15 million domestic.
All three of those
worldwide.
movies opened this week too. Big week at the box office.
Well, and we'll get into this at the end of the podcast. We did our movie draft. That's out at the end of the week. But look, Valentine's Day weekend is the unofficial start of summer movie blockbuster time.
Does Valentine's Day weekend always line up with President's Day too? Because that's the other aspect here. A lot of people
I'm
have
not
Monday
sure.
off. Okay.
But this is, I feel like Deadpool put this into motion. They put Deadpool at this time. And then since then, we've gotten something like Wuthering Heights putting it out here. That's a good box office weekend. And it's an audience that doesn't usually go on opening weekends. So that's going to have legs.
It is a good Valentine's Day type of movie. That's for sure.
And you got Send Help that made 8.8 in its last weekend. I believe it's like 92 worldwide or domestic now.
Not in its last weekend. It was number 1 last week.
Whatever.
It got bumped down to 4. This is a movie at number 5 I'd like to talk about because I just learned about this movie like 4 days ago. Solo Mio is a Kevin James rom-com that the internet is loving. Gushing over.
Well, think back to what Kevin James. Think back to what made him him. Hitch.
Yeah. Apparently, he put on 30 pounds for this
now.
role. Which I mean, he doesn't. He's a bigger guy, anyways. It has 80% from the critics, 96% from the audience on Roddy T's. The audience is loving them some Kevin James rom-com.
Zootopia, almost 4 million in its 6th. So that's number 6. This is like its 20th weekend. This has been out for a long time.
Forever. Yeah.
And then Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, 3.6 in its opening weekend. I do really, really want to see this.
Yeah, Gore Verbinski. So 4 movies opening this week. This finished in a very distant 4th. However, of the 4, it's the one I want to see the most.
Yes.
Starring Sam Rockwell, 84% from the critics, 87% from the audience. I'm looking forward to that.
And then I'm curious. I feel like it's not going to take down Wuthering Heights, but How to Make a Killing is going to slide in there probably at number 3 this next weekend.
You think so? Yeah. It's oddly had like no marketing whatsoever.
Scream 7 also out this weekend?
No, that's next week.
Okay, that's next weekend.
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't think How to Make a Killing is going to make very much money.
News dump. I caught this on Instagram over the weekend. It was a suggested reel. It was Wayne Knight, who had a couple things to say about the Verizon Jurassic Park ad that did not feature him. And then he also said, what have we done now? 7 of these movies? Why haven't I been asked back, yet everyone else has?
Well, the simple answer would be he died.
Well, let me ask you this. Dinosaurs also dead. They were brought back to life with cloning.
Okay, so you want to clone Wayne Nedry in
I
the
was
Jurassic Park
like,
world.
And if we're doing this, you can have a lot of Nedrys.
I feel like we should do a crossover of the dinosaur that killed him and Wayne Nedry.
So I was just going to get into this. You then get into, like, you've cloned him, and there's a bunch of Nedrys. Uh-oh, it got into the dinosaur DNA. We now got a Newman dinosaur.
I saw a pretty good tweet in regards to the Jurassic Park world and the ever-expanding world of Jurassic Park universe, maybe I should say. They were annoyed because their 5-year-old kid loves dinosaurs, and she's having to explain that half the dinosaurs, or all of the dinosaurs he has seen in the last 3 or 4 movies, aren't real.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm planning on this because I'm probably going to show him the first couple in maybe a year or so, my son. I tried to show him one of the animated ones. He didn't really catch on, so we'll have to wait. But, yeah, no, I'll be like, yeah, these are all stupid mutant dinosaurs. These aren't real. This one's fucking Bugs Bunny.
I want to see his reaction to the kitchen scene.
Oh, he's going to get real spooked.
Yeah.
News dump. But for reals, though, put fucking Wayne Knight in your movies. Everyone else is in all your stupid movies. Put Wayne Knight back in the movie.
Yeah, get Laura Dern out of my face.
It doesn't even need an explanation. Who cares about an explanation? We're watching all this garbage now anyways.
Yeah, true.
Saw The Mandalorian and Grogu as a trailer.
Somehow Nedry returned.
That's all you have to say. He could be Snope. Mandalorian and Grogu, we got a trailer. Does this get you more excited or the exact same?
It is. The trailer confirmed all of my suspicions. We don't know who we're doing this against.
Yeah.
They're just doing a bunch of side quests. I don't think there's any stakes in this movie. And they're leaning in to our least favorite parts of the show in that they want little green Grogu to sell a bunch of toys and merch and be really fun. Yeah. When in fact, it's kind of a complicated character. And they're not going to get into any of that. And that's pretty frustrating.
It does look like, and maybe this was like the first thought of it, but then they said, let's make some money. It feels like a made for Disney Plus special.
It does. Yep. We did get Zeb swinging around, which is nice, but it just seems like a waste of Zeb.
A couple of Babu freaks over here, though. If Babu Frick is in every scene, you will get our attention. But
yeah, it's a good point.
News dump. The better trailer from the week, the one that we are saying, yes, black and white, Spider-Man Noir, Nicolas Cage, and he has described his acting in this. I forget what the 70% is, the first 70%, but 30% of it is Bugs Bunny.
Humphrey Bogart, I believe.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The Bugs Bunny caught my attention because Christopher Walken said last year that his acting inspiration is Bugs Bunny. So I just said, is that just like a certain age of like actor who is just doing this now is like, you know what? Bugs Bunny, that's where I am.
Yeah, the olds that grew up on Bugs Bunny, like Nicolas Cage. This is going to be fun. Whether it's going to be good or substantial remains to be seen. But seeing Nick Cage play a hero in like the 1940s is going to be fun, regardless of how you split it.
I mean, think back to him as Big Daddy in Kick-Ass, where you're like, hey, play this off-brand Bruce Wayne character.
And he fully commits to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, credit to them, Winnie the Bish has been added to the Spider-Verse. So now we're just waiting on a Schmidt project.
Yeah, there is some question because, in Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Noir character is a Peter Parker.
Yeah.
This is a Ben Reilly, who's a clone of Peter Parker, I believe. So this is not really a character that has existed. So people are curious if this actually does connect. Now, of course, we're across the Spider-Verse, so everything can connect. But they're curious if it's the exact same character or not. It doesn't really matter, but it does change it a little bit.
News dump. Sony has also confirmed a Spider-Punk and Spider-Gwen spinoff. Two of them will have films, and they are in active development. This is via THR. Once again, we are still waiting on the third movie from that franchise.
That was supposed to come out like 2 years ago.
The movie ended in the middle of a movie.
Right. That still makes
And don't get me wrong,
sense.
I want a Spider-Gwen movie. But also, I want that conclusion first.
Yeah, it's utterly insane where we're at in the Spider-Verse. Spider-Punk is the Daniel Kaluuya character who was good. I don't think deserves his own thing, but whatever. Spider-Gwen, there's some juice there. There's a character that we'd like to see more of. The first act of the last movie was predominantly Spider-Gwen. She's a very interesting character, super cool looking. There's definitely something there with that.
News dump. The Russo brothers teased the tone of Avengers Doomsday. Mac, what did the Russo brothers say?
The Russo brothers said, as much as we run, and we're talking at the same time saying this, as much as we run at the fun.
Oh, do you want to be Joe and I'll be Tony? Okay, let's start from the beginning again. Because they answer at the same time when asked questions,
that's
right?
That's going to fuck me up.
Go ahead, start it.
As
much as we run and it's fun what these films can be, we also run at the complexity and the difficulty of what these movies can do at narrative level. Joe, why'd you stop talking? I'm Tony, I decided.
I think we found a new level of that in Doomsday.
Jenks, you owe me a Coke.
Victor Von Doom demands a certain tone. So it's good that they're on that path. I don't think we had any doubt about that. Like, at least on my expectations and what I think is going on behind the scenes here, I don't think they're going to mess up Victor Von Doom because they swerved to this. They opted for this, and they got Robert Downey Jr. for it.
RDJ.
What I'm worried about is the wide net it's casting and everything else they're bringing into the mix, and whether or not that makes sense or that's good. I have faith because of what they pulled off in the past. I'm not worried about Victor Von Doom, though.
Which Russo brother do you think currently owes the other Russo brother a Coke right now?
All I know is one has glasses and one doesn't. I don't know which one's which.
Fuck, I'd probably be the nerd with the glasses, right?
You did go to art school.
I went to art school. But you do owe me a Coke. I jinxed you.
All right, fair enough.
News dump. Judith Hoag has revealed that she was approached to return as April O'Neil in the canceled live-action TMNT The Last Ronin movie. Of course, Judith Hoag, not Hoag, as Keith called her on the Jones and Keith program. She was the first ever TMNT live-action April O'Neil. And as one of the biggest fans of that movie, I would say if we ever do get a Last Ronin movie, I don't need Judith Hoag.
I understand what you're saying. I think the idea would be that the Last Ronin movie
is the continuity of the first one.
Yes,
So I'm into that. I'm into it being the continuity of the first movie. I'm just saying, like, are we all like, oh, we need more Judith Hoag in our life?
No one's saying that.
And like even like Paige Turco wasn't bad. Paige Turco wasn't a bad. Also, Judith Hoag was someone who after the first movie was like, there's too much violence in this movie. And you want to put her in The Last Ronin?
I don't know why we can't find the money in the budget for a Last Ronin movie. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand.
Also, I'd be way more hogged up if they had Elias Koteas ready to go.
Way more hogged up.
Way more hogged up right now if they had Elias Koteas ready to go as Casey Jones again.
But he'd be so clearly wearing a wig.
Well, no, you could. Oh, yeah, I think you'd have to. Shit. Unless he just always had his mask on, like right to here.
I feel like, or it's like the old Kane masks where the hair's a part of the mask.
Yeah.
What makes Casey Jones, half of it, is the hair. You need the hair. You can't be a bald Casey Jones.
News dump. The Batman 2 co-writer Mattson Tomlin says the film feels new and dangerous.
Madison Tomlin said,
"Nothing, you idiots. Dr. Dre's dead. He's locked in my basement.
We worked exceptionally hard to tell a story worthy of the character, something that feels new and dangerous. The bar couldn't be higher. Can't begin to describe what this film means to me." Let's rein it in, Mattson Tomlin.
No, so
let's rein it in.
So this kind of lines up with how James Gunn talks about how he wants to introduce Batman into his world too. Of like, we've seen Batman do everything. We can't keep doing the same shit.
All right, but you're then going to piss people off. You're like, new and dangerous. Like,
yeah.
We actually just love the regular Batman, so don't get too crazy here.
Mac, you like when Batman started killing people.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that's new and dangerous.
No,
and kind of
dumb. That's old and been done.
Mac likes his Batman, new, dangerous, and dumb.
I like a realistic Batman. At some point, you're going to fucking kill someone.
I can't figure out how to solve this crime.
I don't think I need a Batman with guns, but Batman should kill someone every once in a while.
I can't figure out how to solve this crime. I'm just going to start murdering people instead.
Some people deserve it.
He's a master detective. He's not a murderer.
And also, over the years, Batman fucking fans, just because they don't show the person dying, many of what Batman has done to perpetrators, they have succumbed to their injuries.
Michael Keaton killed a ton of clowns in Batman Returns, but clowns aren't real people.
That's a good point.
He put a stick of dynamite down the fat clown's pants. And if I'm the fat clown, I want to be dead at that point.
Of course, yeah.
Blew off my dick, Batman. Oh, that would have been a great line in the movie. Batman, why'd you blow up my dick?
I'm dickless.
And Keaton just turns around. Just gives him that, like, Keaton smirk. News dump. The Mummy 4 is set to release in theaters May 19th, 2028. Dibs in the movie draft.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz will reprise their roles. I'm confused.
She was not in the third one.
I'm so correct.
Yes.
I'm so fucking confused because this year, we are getting Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
That's a different one.
So
the Tom Cruise Mummy was also different.
Yeah, I don't need so many mummy verses going on. I just need
This is
one.
a different one. This is like Indiana Jones Mummy. Yeah.
Yeah, which is the better version.
Oh, and also, The Rock is going to show up in this.
You think?
He's
we're
going to
getting
Scorpion King it. He's going to Scorpion King it.
Okay. All right.
Do we know if Rachel Weisz's eyebrows have grown back since The Mummy 2?
I don't think
She had
want to be on.
paper-thin eyebrows in The Mummy 2.
Rachel Weisz is an attractive woman.
Eyebrows or no eyebrows?
I like
Although
them
I guess
I like them on the
eyebrowless-
thicker side.
Eyebrows are, you can
They
take
did
or
get
leave.
pencil thin in
Yeah.
the 2000s for most people. That was an interesting decision.
That was an interesting look. Paper-thin eyebrows and whale tails.
I like a solid eyebrow. I don't get me wrong. I like the whale tail.
Oh, yeah,
but I'm not putting down whale tails.
News dump. Jason Statham will star in a new action comedy film. Jason Statham stole my bike. He was a diver.
Huh?
He was a diver.
Like for fun?
I think he was like a semi-Olympic diver.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? The real Greg Louganis. This is a great idea for a movie
Yeah.
because Jason Statham just plays the same character every time. And I am pretty sure he's going to be playing that character in this. They're just going to call him Jason
If
Statham.
I was a Hollywood studio, after I saw what Nicolas Cage did in The Unbearable Weight, I would just find more actors that, they take themselves very, very serious, but they seem to be stuck in this like never-ending circle of playing these same characters and say, let's make a full universe of this stuff.
You know what I like in the Jason Statham averse?
Yeah.
Amy Smart and Crank.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called Crank. I like
News
Amy
dump.
Smart, goo.
Daniel Kaluuya is in talks to star in a new sci-fi thriller, Hotel.
Holiday Inn.
Did I say it 4 times?
You only said it 3.
Hotel for 8/24, written by Together director Michael Shanks. The story follows a man who wakes up trapped in a mysterious hotel room. I feel like we've seen that.
Together was that movie with Alison Brie
And James Franco's brother, Dave Franco. People don't forget.
It was a bit of a body horror thing, but I think it did pretty well critically. So
Yes.
Shankopotamus here is getting another
Oh,
crack
you
at
think that's
a
what his
movie.
friends call him? You got to call him Shankopotamus. Even if he has a
Sure.
nice drive, you got to call him Shankopotamus.
I think this combination could work. Yeah, I'm curious. The 4 hotels clearly mean something, and we'll find out, I suppose.
Do you think he's in 4 hotels at the same time?
There's 4 of them.
News dump. And finally, big market tease for the end of the week. Hopefully, I can get this 7-hour podcast ready to go. But
It's under
we
2
have.
hours. It's like a typical news dump.
I coughed at least 4 times during the episode.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I coughed on my roster, wasting so much fucking dogs.
Don't talk about it now. We don't want to give away what happens. This is
Good
it's
tease.
it's a must listen at the end of the week.
Lot going on.
Yeah.
We'll give you this. Davey did not win the 2025 movie draft.
I think people could have just assumed that. And I'll give you this. Davey's not going to win the 2026 movie draft either.
It is the most movies he's ever drafted, I believe. I believe he got to 19, so there's starting.
Don't give away too much of the episode.
Yeah.
So check us out then.
Shibba-da-ba-ba, shibba-da-ba-ba.
News dump.